Gemini, welcome to your tarot reading for September 2024. We begin with the Empress in the past position here. This is suggesting that you've been in a period of growth and abundance recently. This card is all about nurturing, it's about creativity, and a strong connection to nature. You may have experienced a phase where you were deeply in tune with your surroundings, perhaps even involved in creative or nurturing projects. This could have been a time where you felt very fulfilled, as if you were kind of giving birth to new ideas and projects or even new relationships. The Empress, when she shows up, sometimes she's talking about fertility and the manifestation of desires. And it's indicating that the seeds that you planted in the past are beginning to bear fruit. So sometimes this can mean literal pregnancy. So it's possible that some of you, either you or your partner, were pregnant or just became pregnant, something like that in your recent past about that. And that might be true for some of you. But whatever it is, this past energy has laid a solid foundation for the challenges and opportunities ahead of you this month. This Empress is all about manifestation energy. So if it doesn't have anything to do with pregnancy for you, it can really be about you drawing on your natural talents, creative abilities, that kind of thing, to manifest what you were wanting to create in your life and having a lot of power to do so. She's very relaxed, she's very patient. She's someone who draws opportunities, people, projects to her. She doesn't chase things because she doesn't need to. She's very confident in herself and her abilities to get what she wants out of life. And I'm noticing this heart shape on next to her crown, or sorry, her throne here. And that represents her openness to all things to do with love and relationships and connections. So I see you in your recent past perhaps opening your heart up a little bit to the possibility of new relationships. If it's not relationships, it's new creative projects and that kind of thing. But I am getting a little bit of love energy from this reading, and I don't always get that. So anyways, moving on, we have the Page of Swords in the position of challenges that you might face this month. So this is saying you might face some situations where you need to be extra vigilant and ready to defend your ideas or your beliefs. This card is often associated with youthful energy, with curiosity, and the thirst for knowledge. But in a challenging position, it can indicate misunderstandings or conflicts that arise from hasty communications or a sharp tongue. So you might encounter people who challenge your ideas, or you could be wrestling with your inner thoughts, trying to make sense of what feels like conflicting information. So there's something around information that might be a bit challenging. So I think it might be a good idea to watch what you say to people right now. Don't say things out of anger, on impulse, that kind of thing. And there might be someone around you who's doing that a little bit. That's creating a challenge for you. But if it's not that, it can just be you wrestling with your thoughts and trying to get clear on what you want to do based on the information at hand. And some of that information might seem conflicting. It's like a little bit of this, a little bit of that. What's the truth here? How do I feel about this situation? So it might be a bit challenging for you to make some kind of decision right now because you feel like the information you have at hand is feeling a bit confusing. We have the Four of Wands clarifying this, and this brings a more kind of positive tone to this challenge. It's indicating that despite the mental or communicative hurdles here, there is stability and even celebration on the horizon. This card is saying that these challenges that you face with the Page of Swords, they're not insurmountable. And in fact, they could lead to a period of greater harmony and joy once they're resolved. It's that energy of having a conversation that's long overdue. And once you do, everything feels cleared up and your mind is completely changed about the situation almost magically. So the Four of Wands also hints that your struggles could culminate in a rewarding outcome. And this can perhaps be related to your home, your family, or your community. It's a reminder to stay grounded and focus on the end goal here, which promises to be really fruitful and fulfilling. And that's definitely something I always try to keep in mind when I'm in a conflict with someone, when I'm in an argument with someone. The end goal is always peace and love. And so when you're in the midst of some kind of struggle, communication-wise with someone, try to keep that in mind. It's not always about being right. It's not always about having to be heard through and through to the last word, having the last word, that kind of thing. Sometimes it's healthier and better to just kind of put peace and love at the forefront. And I think that's saying that this Four of Wands is saying that there's a lot of harmony and joy to be had once you resolve this. Love to see that. We have the Two of Cups in the position of opportunities around you this month. So this is signifying a really powerful opportunity here for connection and partnership. This could be a romantic relationship, and I'm definitely getting that with this pairing here, which we'll get into. But it could be a deepening of an existing bond, or even a meaningful friendship or business partnership. So you'll have to use your intuition to figure out what that is in relation to you in particular. But the energy around you is ripe for forming some harmonious and balanced relationships this month. There's mutual respect, admiration, and understanding at the forefront here. And that's going to create a really strong foundation for either collaboration or intimacy, if this is more of a love relationship. Whatever this is, it's really a beautiful, equal give and take energy here. These people are quite different from each other, but they both bring something really valuable to the table, and they both really respect each other because of that. So if this is a new person coming in, a new love relationship, they're going to be different from you, but they're going to bring something to you that not that you're missing, but something that adds to your life, and vice versa. It's a really beautiful, equal give and take energy here. We have the Lovers card clarifying the Two of Cups, which is really interesting. It's kind of mirror energy here. So the Lovers card amplifies this message, and it indicates that these connections will not only be emotionally fulfilling, but they're also going to feel like they're aligned with your higher purpose in a way. The Lovers card speaks of choices when it shows up, and the need to align your decisions with your true self and your real values. So this could be a time where you're called to make significant decisions in your relationships or partnerships. And the opportunity here, it lies in choosing love and harmony and authenticity. The snake in this card represents kind of earthly pleasures, and the angel is more about divine love, divine pleasure. And she's coming in much bigger than the snake here to say, let's choose divine love over immediate gratification, that kind of thing. So if there's a decision you're making, maybe between two partners or something like that, focus on divine love energy over immediate sensual gratification is kind of the message here I'm getting. Whether this manifests in a romantic relationship or a creative collaboration, a business partnership, the energy here is one of unity and alignment. So if this is some kind of business partnership, I'm seeing some really great mutually beneficial collaboration happening here that's really built on shared values. The next card we have for you is the Six of Pentacles. And this is in the advice position. So this month, balance and generosity are going to be key here. You're encouraged to give and receive in equal measure. and ensure that your interactions are fair and honest and just. This card often appears when there's a need to assess the flow of resources, whether that's financial, emotional, or just kind of energetic. And it's a reminder to be charitable and to help others when you can, but also to accept help when it's offered to you. The Six of Pentacles is really about creating harmony and equity in your exchanges and ensuring that no one is left lacking here. And it's really interesting to see that next to the Two of Cups here, because that's so much about equal give and take as well. So this is suggesting that this partnership, this love relationship, this business collaboration, whatever it is, it's really beautifully balanced. And your advice is to continue to pour that equity, that balance into it. Make sure you're giving, make sure you're open to receiving as well. And that can be in the form of sharing your ideas, but also honoring the other person's ideas as being equally important. That kind of thing is going to be really, really important to you. There's a spirit of generosity with this card as well. So if there is a new relationship of any sort coming in, it's going to bring heightened prosperity to you, because this is a Pentacles card and it's in the advice position. But I'm seeing it as some kind of blessing coming into you, where you're going to feel taken care of, that someone really wants to be generous with you, to give you of themselves without expecting anything in return. And you're being advised here to accept that, to be open to receiving. Some of us have a hard time with receiving, giving not so much, but receiving feels difficult or problematic, or however you want to put it. I think the advice here is to be very open to receiving this month. We have the Knight of Pentacles clarifying this. So this is suggesting or advising a really steady and methodical approach to this balance. This Knight is really diligent. He's responsible. He's patient. He's really focused on long-term success rather than quick gains. And in the context of this Six of Pentacles, this Knight is suggesting that your efforts to create balance and fairness should be really grounded in practicality and persistence. This isn't the time for impulsive actions. Instead, think carefully about how you can sustainably give and receive for the long run. So whether you're managing your finances, your time, or energy, this Knight is encouraging you to be thorough and disciplined and reliable in your approach. If this is representing a person, this could be the love interest or business partner coming in, whoever they are. If this is a person, they're not kind of the flashy, quick-moving type. They are slow and steady with their efforts, with their affections, that kind of thing. So this relationship or collaboration might take time to blossom, but he has really good intentions. He's not going anywhere. He wants to see this thing through to the end. And he's bringing a lot of resources to the table to do so. This also might be an energy of just advising you to be really patient with this situation, because it's not a slam bam overnight kind of thing. He's really focused on, again, the long run here. He is very patient. He's very methodical in the way he thinks and moves. And again, I'm getting that energy of choosing that over immediate gratification right now. So there's some kind of message of patience here as well for you. We end the reading rather with the Chariot card as the outcome or future. This card indicates a powerful forward momentum. This is all about determination and willpower and victory. So it's suggesting that by the end of this month, you'll have harnessed your inner strength and your focus to overcome obstacles and move confidently towards your goals. The chariot often signifies a journey, either physical or metaphorical, where you take control of the reins and steer your life in the direction that you desire it to go. This card also speaks to that balance between opposing forces, much like the black and white sphinxes here. You may need to reconcile different aspects of your life or your personality to achieve success right now. But you do have the drive and the determination to do that. So expect to see some significant progress this month in your projects, in your endeavors, in your relationships, as long as you maintain your focus and don't waver in your commitment to your goals, because the chariot showing up at the end here really suggests triumph and achievement and a sense of mastery over your circumstances. I want to say too that if this is coming across as a relationship reading for you, and I think for many of you it very much will, the chariot is saying things are ready to go to the next level here, but let's make sure we have the same vision, that we're on the same page before we take some kind of next step. And that might be moving in together, making it official, having a baby, whatever it is, getting engaged, getting married. Let's make sure that we're both looking in the same direction, because we'll notice these sphinxes are kind of looking in opposite directions. They're kind of surveying the scene. So it's not a negative thing. They're kind of looking at the landscape to see the best way to move forward. But currently they're looking in opposite directions. So you might need to take a beat here. Make sure you are aligning your visions, creating a solid foundation together, and then you'll be ready to move forward in your chariot that is promising victory and an achievement in whatever this is. Just take a moment to lay down those plans and make sure you're moving forward together in the same direction. So that is your reading for this month, dear Gemini. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next time.